Really? Whistle.
So, I can't be the only person here tonight that believes the Make-A-Wish Foundation should really be called the second best thing foundation. Because we all know what those kids are wishing for. Another trip to Disneyland that cures cancer. So I've killed so many people playing the Oregon Trail that I really should be brought up on charges in the real world. What I used to do is I used to take all the kids who bullied me in school and make them my family and run those fuckers as hard as I could until they died. I'd be like, oh, Dave Larson, eat all this bison meat that I hunted for you. The plains are empty now because of you. Oh, dysentery? Oh, shit, sorry. Oh, my wife Todd Simmons just got bitten by a rattlesnake. What do we gotta do? Push on at a reckless pace. Stop crying, Josh Poirier. You see, I kind of hated myself too. So I believe that being a geek is the worst addiction you can have, because we spend as much money on video games, DVDs, and comic books as your average crackhead spends on crack. The only difference is that if you have extra crack, someone might suck your dick for that crack. No one's sucking your dick for an extra copy of Ultimate Spider-Man #2. And if they did, would you really want that blowjob? So I play a lot of video games, and the thing about it is the worst innovation that was ever made in video games was the timer that tells you how long you played a certain game for. Now I'll admit that I was excited when I found out that I beat Final Fantasy VIII in 36 hours. I was like, yeah, that was an achievement, go me. And played a lot of Call of Duty lately. And I looked at the time on that thing, and I realized I've been playing that game for 33 days, 23 hours, and 15 minutes. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second, because that's a fucking month. I've been playing that game longer than most soldiers spend in battle. And I think about all the fucking month and what a waste that was. Like all the other things I could have been doing, like, starting Fallout New Vegas, or beating Red Dead Redemption, or going back and finishing Final Fantasy VIII in 34 hours. All the things I could do. So I'm going to tell you something I don't really tell very many people out here I'm going to tell you, I've not always been the best person. I actually used to come to bars just like this. I used to find the drunkest chick in the room, hit on her, slip something in her drink, wait for her to take me back to her place, and then I'd wait until she passed out. I'd loot her stuff, burn her apartment to the ground, and claim the territory as my own. I used to date pillage. All right, now I actually have ADD. I have the real ADD, not the ADD, not the I just got to get my work done ADD. So give me drugs ADD. I got real ADD, and I take medication for it. I'm on Adderall. And what a lot of people don't know is Adderall is amphetamine salts. Now I realize that's like one step away from meth, so I should probably just do meth, because on my insurance plan it'd be fucking cheaper. And the other thing is the worst thing about my ADD is so bad that a 5-hour energy gives me like 1 minute of clarity. And yeah. In fact, my ADD is so bad that, hey Jeff, how you doing? Good set, man.
Thanks.
Great set.
You too.
Todd, good stuff. Thanks, buddy. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, shit. So blind people are dicks. Well, no, that's awful, I know. But what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the blind people who take their cane and swing it from one side to the other as hard as they can so they would knock your legs right out from under you. Those guys are dicks. And when I saw that, when I thought they were a dick, I thought to myself, Josh, that is an awful thing to think, blind people are dicks, But I was talking to someone who works with blind people, and she said that even other blind people think those people are dicks. And I figured that got me justified. That I was justified. I felt great about it. So I decided to go out on a quest to see what other stereotypes I think are true. Are really true. And I'll tell you something, that kind of quest just gets your ass kicked by a rainbow of nationalities. So, trying some new stuff now. So I'm late to everything, except for here tonight. But I'm late to everything. And I'm so late that people say that I'd be late to my own funeral. And there's only two things wrong with that. The first is that would be the only thing that I was ever late to that wasn't my fault. And the second thing is that I'm so late, I'm late to other people's funeral, which is much more disappointing to my family. And a lot of people, you hear at funerals and wakes a lot. You hear, hey, at least he died doing what he loved, and that's not ever really true. You never hear anybody say, hey, at least he died doing what he hated. Like Uncle Bobby died doing what he hated. walking on his way to work, he got hit by a bus. He really hated walking and getting hit by a bus. And I never want to die doing what I love, because it'd be the most pathetic death scene you'll ever see. It'd be me sitting on the couch, one hand on my crotch, the other hand clutching an Xbox controller. A half-eaten tabletop chocolate pudding pie sitting on the coffee table. Right next to the copy of Watchmen, opened up to the scene where Sally Jupiter and Night Owl have sex. At that point, I'd really just want to die doing something I hate, like walking. So I'm on Weight Watchers. I know, I'm fat, I know. But I'm on Weight Watchers, and since I said I'm a gamer, I think I'm doing it wrong, because as a gamer, I'm taught to always go for the most points. And I'm just beating my high score every day. So, as you can tell, I feel like I'm overweight, but I'm also lazy. And the only thing I can guarantee is that I will eventually get through the first 3 letters of dieting. I'll let that one sink in for a second. You know, stand-up is a workout, man. It really is, because I'm up here 5 to 8 minutes a night. Man, I'm feeling the burn now. Yeah, that probably means I'm out of shape, because I really shouldn't be getting winded telling jokes. That one doesn't work. I knew that one didn't work, but you know, Todd, you told me to try new shit, so. I never knew who my real father was. He was actually, my father was kind of a Rolling Stone, but unlike a Rolling Stone, like a Rolling Stone, he gathered no moss, but unlike a Rolling Stone, he just gathered a shitload of illegitimate children. Well, maybe not like the real Rolling Stones, but you know what I'm saying. And I don't know if I should look up to my father, because on one hand, he did sleep with a lot of women, but on the other hand, one of them was my mom. So I don't know if that's exciting or not. Probably not. No? Okay. So let's try a different tactic then. So the coach actually once told me I used to play Little League Baseball, and the coach told me, there's no I in team. So I looked at him in the eye and I said, well, there is a U in stating the obvious. And then he said to me, well, there is a B in benched, and that's why I don't play baseball anymore. Let me kick a few statistics at you. Kick a few stats at you here. 100% of all car accidents involve a car. 100% of deaths in the home happen inside the home. That's frightening. And 99.99% of unwanted pregnancies involve sex. And out of that 0.01%, all of them are guaranteed to appear on a Mexican family's door panel or a grilled cheese sandwich at some point. That's religious. So we just had Valentine's Day go by. I know that last time I asked if anybody had a good Valentine's Day, it kind of got a real bad reaction, so I won't ask that. But Valentine's Day is one of the 2 holidays where a man can trade candy for sex. The other one's Halloween, but I'm not ready to talk about Halloween. October 1986 yet? Not ready. So we had all that craziness with the 13th astrological sign that they found. Remember that? Yes. And they just got rid of it as quickly as it came out. I think they got rid of the wrong sign, because haven't we been trying to beat cancer for years? That one's so much funnier than people let on, really. I know it's hackish, but come on. No, it's really not that funny. No, you're right. Actually, what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to tell a quick little story here, and then I'll get to the last 2 jokes that I got written down, because you reminded me something, Ryan, about the whole thing about people from Englewood thinking that they're tough. When I used to hang out with a guy that was a member of FSU. If anybody knows what FSU is. I used to hang out with a member of FSU. His name was, it's actually a group that used to go into hardcore shows, and basically they'd beat up the drug dealers. They used to just beat the shit out of anybody with glasses, is really what happened. And I used to hang out with this guy, Tootsall, who was actually from South Central LA. And Tootsall was actually a really cool guy, but he used his size advantage to a lot of things. And one time he was actually walking through Harvard Square, and he saw this kid with one of those big gulp Pepsis, and Tootsall was thirsty. So he grabbed the big gulp Pepsi right out of the kid's hands and just started drinking it. And the kid got flipped out. The kid was about this tall, absolutely flipped out on him. He's like, "What the fuck, man? The fuck? Man, I'll get my boys after you, man. I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood, motherfucker. Too Tall looked at him straight in the eye and said, what hood you from? I swear to God, the kid went, Arlington, motherfucker. And Too Tall and I just walked on our way. So let's go back to the jokes, because I do like that story, but let's go back to the jokes. So a little bit of advice for you guys. If you ever, the best way to avoid getting caught when you're stalking a girl is when she finds you in the bushes, just tell her that you have no idea where the good-looking guy you were helping with poetry went. And show her your big nose. Okay. And the last thing I'll leave you with here now. Thank you, by the way, Todd, for giving me some extra time to try some new stuff. I appreciate it. Not all of it hit, but that's great. I just want to let you know that I'm up here and I'm actually trying to follow my dream. And what I found out was, that when I am following my dream now, and the problem is, though, is that my dream got nervous and called the cops. So now I got to stay outside of 100 yards of my dreams. I don't like my dreams' new boyfriends, and they unfriended me on Facebook. So what I'm trying to tell you all is don't follow your dreams unless you like the feel of mace. Thank you. Josh Bordia.